lifting up Jesus, opening his word from Australia, Denmark, Israel, Japan, New Zealand, Northern Ireland, Republic of Ireland, Singapore, South Africa, United Kingdom, Thailand, the Philippines, United States, and throughout the world. You're watching Moriel TV.
This lie of the devil was propagated by, among others, the money preacher Kenneth Copeland, who said the biggest failure in the Bible is God, that Jesus failed in his mission on the cross, the victory was Satan's on the cross, and that Jesus had to descend into hell and be tortured 3 days and 3 nights, following the perverse teaching of E.W. Kenyon and other such people. No, God has never failed. What God does is run gamuts. I'm sorry.
I'll edit. It's okay. And you ought to cover in there on would there have been anybody for Jesus to torture Jesus in hell in the first place?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
God runs gambits like in a chess game, a gambit. I've got your rook. Yeah, but now checkmate. God allows Satan victories that turn into colossal failures. He sets him up. When God allows Satan to have a victory, it's always a trap that backfires on Satan. We are told this in the New Testament. If they knew God would raise him from the dead, they would not have crucified the Lord of glory. Satan thought he won when Jesus died on the cross. He thought he won. He did not win. Jesus rose glorious and immortal. What appear to be failures or defeats of God are always gambits. He lets the enemy have a apparent victory in order to turn that victory around and spring a trap on him, which is devastating to the enemy and glorifying to God in the magnitude of the victory that it brings. No, God has never failed. He has seemed to fail. But ultimately, in the long term, even when he allows something to happen that appears to be a failure, even in the life of a believer, remember Romans 8, all things work together for the better to those who love God and are called according to his purpose. Not all things work for the better. Many bad things can happen to believers, even to good believers. Many bad things. All things don't work for the better. But all things work together for the better. God always sees the long game. God's apparent failures are simply victories in disguise. They are booby traps that the enemy picks up. I hope this explains it. My name is Jacob Prasch. Thank you for your question, God bless.